We've got number 82 here for the Algebra 1 CST release questions. This one looks a little more involved than some of the other ones we've had, but all these types of problems started at number 77 here. You can go back and review any from 77 up to this one to see similar problems to this. But now we really have 4 problems here. We still want to think of the numerators separately from the denominators, but I also have 2 fractions to deal with. So I want to think of this first, then that, and then that, and then that. I'm going to try to factor all parts, all the different parts here. And so we're going to have, I'm going to put my fraction bar here with the multiplication sign in between. I'm going to just take each part here separately, think about each part as one problem by itself, or in and of itself. So we have 7z, I can factor that out of both parts here. And then 7z times z would give me 7z squared. 7z times just 1 would give me 7z. So I have that is the factored form of this. Over here, you factor out a 4, and you'd have times z plus 2 in parentheses here. So that's the factored form of 4z plus 8. Here's the difference of 2 squares. So again, we've seen this a couple times already. We've got z. We're taking the square root of that part, and then we've got a 2. We're taking the square root of 4. One spot you're going to have a plus sign, another spot a minus sign. And then finally, this part we can use a magic X if that's helpful to you. This is like an invisible 1 right there, so we've got to multiply to 1, add to 2. We've got only one way to do that, 1 and 1 right there. So this would be, I forgot to do something. I broke my own rule here. I forgot to do something first that I definitely want to do. I want to factor out anything that I can out of each piece. I can factor out a z out of each piece first, but the magic X still holds from there. But why don't I do that in the next step so I don't try to do too much at once? So this would leave me with z squared plus 2z plus 1. Okay, from there, since this is all multiplied together, I can just extend this fraction bar. It's going to be like this times that on the bottom and times that on the top. So I can put it all together. I see z plus 2 here on the top and here on the bottom. And so I can cross that factor out on the top and the bottom. For right now, I don't see anything else that it can cancel out though. So I'm going to make sense of what I have left. I've got 7z times z plus 1 times z minus 2. I've got that all over 4 times z, and then I'm going to factor this part out now using the numbers, the factors I got here. It would be z plus 1 times itself. Z plus 1, another z plus 1 there. So I've got a z plus 1 on the top and the bottom. I can cross those out. I've got a z that can cross out with a z right there. So what am I left with? I'm left with, maybe you guessed it, I don't know, my final answer. This is it. We can't simplify anything else anymore. So I've got 7 times z minus 2 on the top. I've got 4 times z plus 1 on the bottom. And it looks like that should be my final answer here. This would be choice A. So number 82, choice A.